Yo, you're killed the Minister Gang. You're back with another video, and it's been a little minute since we did an actual full video, but I think it's been about a week or something like that. But anyway, we're back, man. We're doing NBA tiers for the teams. Playoffs is just right around the corner. I think it's like 5 games or so, something like that. And we finna have to get ready for our playoff prediction video, but the seeding is not all the way just right because the West is super bunched up and clustered up right now. But I wanted to get this video out before the playoffs started, get our little finals caliber. Teams that I think could go to the NBA finals. Teams that I think have conference finals potential. Teams that I think at most playoff teams. Well, will be playoff teams, but second round at most, I feel. Teams are just stuck in basketball mediocrity. So basically just the play-in teams. And Cooper Flag sweepstake teams. Even though Duke did lose the other day, but Cooper Flag is going to be the number one pick still. So, like, comment, subscribe, comment down below who you have winning the NBA championship, and let's just go ahead and get into it, man. So the number one team we got up is the Philadelphia 76ers. The Sixers are in a tough spot this year because really everybody got hurt for them. I think they're in basketball mediocrity right now. It's like for this season they're basketball mediocrity. They really suck for real. Because Paul George is not good. Paul George has been trash for them. Joel Embiid can't stay on the court. The only people that I really do like, they got Tyrese Maxey and Jeremy Kane, who was ended up getting hurt real early. Would have been rookie of the year, most likely. But I guess basketball mediocrity for them right now. Because really, like, do you still want to build around Joel Embiid? Joel Embiid hasn't really played much basketball at all. He didn't play any basketball for real this year. But he's always had the injury problems. But he's on the court when he's good. When he's on the court, he's good. But I don't know. It's a weird team to do right now, actually. We're going to put him right there. Cooper Flag. Washington Wizards will be in Cooper Flag sweepstakes. Because I think if he goes to... If Cooper Flag ended up in Washington, that's a crazy young core, I feel. Because Alex Sarr has been pretty good. I like Jordan Poole. They got some young guys down there that I really do like. I think Cooper Flag could actually be the guy for them. Because nobody on that team I really see as the guy right now. But Cooper Flag sweepstakes, Washington Wizards. But I do like what Washington's doing. I think they're on the uphill. Atlanta Hawks, I guess I'll stick. There is a playoff. I do think they will get in the playoffs and be a playoff team. They're just a very low end playoff team. We'll lose first round. I don't have them doing anything in the playoffs because they'll probably have to play Boston or Cleveland, and I think they'll lose either one of them. Next up, we got the Cleveland Cavaliers, who've been one of the most surprising teams of the year so far. Was going on crazy win streaks after win streaks. They did go on a little scud, so they won't have the best record in the league this year. It's going to be OKC. But the Cavaliers, I'm going to put conference finals. Just because I'm not completely sold for some reason. I don't know why. I'm just not sold completely on the Cavaliers. I do think they could go to the conference finals, use the conference finals. But I don't know if I put them in finals caliber team yet. Just because I just have to see it to believe it. That's the only reason why. I just got to see it. Because I think Donovan Mitchell's a dog, but we got to see Darius Garland play good in the playoffs. We got to see Evan Mobley. We got to see these guys, see what type of play they're going to put forth in the playoffs, I feel. So that's the reason why I have them in conference finals right now. I would be surprised if they go to the NBA finals. And I would be very much surprised if they end up winning it. But I'm going to put conference finals right there. That's what I think of the team. Detroit Pistons. Detroit Pistons has been a very fun team. They're going to be on top of the playoffs. Very surprising team. If you go back to my video before the beginning of the season, I said I had Detroit being the playoff team. I think I had them in the play-in around there. But they're way better than that. I expect them to be good, but I did not expect them to be this good. Being a playoff lock, not even being in the play-in, that's really good. Cade Cunningham's came along a lot. Really showing himself as a top 15-ish player around there. He's been balling this year. He probably should be second team All NBA, if not first team. We probably won't make. He could make first team. I think it shouldn't be a shock if he did, but I can really see he's gonna be second team. Indiana Pacers also a playoff lock. They're a really good team too. Tyrese Halliburton's been playing really good basketball lately. They started off kind of like it was looking ugly for Tyrese, but he's been playing better, and that offense is always going to be good. And I actually do think Indiana could, if they like matched up with Cleveland in the second round, I think they could actually give Cleveland some troubles. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Pacers beat them. Being honest, I do like the Indiana Pacers. The Milwaukee Bucks, Dame is out for the year. I really could put him in basketball mediocrity because I don't think they're gonna do anything in the playoffs. It's just Giannis. Even though, no, I'm putting playoffs because I got the Hawks up there. I might as well put the Bucks in playoffs. But Giannis, it's really just Giannis out there. I think Giannis is gonna leave after the season. I feel like there's no reason for him to stay. He's already did his job. He's brought a championship to Milwaukee. It's just him and Dame have never been able to stay on the court for the playoffs in 2 years. Last year, Giannis was out, and this year, Dame's out now. They're not really putting enough forward in the regular season, I feel, for Giannis to be like, well, let's try for a 30. I think he should really request a trade, and Milwaukee should get all they can for him because you could probably get a lot from Milwaukee for Giannis, and trade Dame too. I feel like they should trade Dame a little because I think Dame has some value still that you could get. You could get something worth getting from getting off of him. The Toronto Raptors. I'm putting them in basketball mediocrity because they're not gonna get the top 3 picks in this draft. Toronto team is very, very much weird. I don't like how it's orchestrated. Scotty Barnes, R.J. Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly. It's nasty. It's a nasty team. I feel like they're playing Scotty at the 1, like he's the main guy, and he's just not the guy in my opinion. He's good for a 3 or 4 on a championship caliber team. I don't think he could build one. Grady Dick has been solid this year for him. Pause. But I don't know. It's a weird team, but I don't know where you go because you're playing Emmanuel Quickly so much money. They have some guys. They have Brandon Ingram on the team now. Like they're just paying money to a lot of guys who just aren't worth that money. And I don't think they can't trade him, man. I don't think nobody's gonna take his contract for what he's getting. Because I feel like there's other players for way cheaper that you could get the same production from Emmanuel Quickly. And you can't put him on the bench because you're getting paid too much. I don't know. Toronto's a weird team, man. Basketball mediocrity. I don't know what they're gonna do. Dallas Mavericks. I put them top of basketball mediocrity, but they could be in the play-in. So I just put playoffs and play-in teams. I'm just put playoff and play-in teams up here. So let me go ahead and change this actually. / play. Kinda. We'll put Dallas Mavericks in the playoff / play-in kind of just because. When healthy, I do think they're all a playoff team with Kyrie, Anthony Davis, even though they did trade Luka, which is probably the stupidest trade of all time. But it's a solid team. They could still make the play-in. Well, they will probably be in the play-ins. I don't think Kevin Durant's coming back. It's only a couple games left. I think Dallas is probably going to hold on to it. They're just, I don't know. I feel bad for Dallas fans. You lost your best player. Now you're just sitting here with Kyrie, who's out for the year. You got Anthony Davis. They're gonna lose in the play-in. I couldn't see them actually winning the game in the play-in. But I don't know. There's not much to say about that team. They're gonna lose in the play-in. Anthony Davis. Sorry, Dallas fans. The Denver Nuggets. I'm gonna put top of playoff tier. Because I'm not a fan of this Nuggets team. I don't feel like they can make a conference finals. I think there's a couple other teams I'll pick in the West to make the conference finals before the Denver Nuggets, but I don't want to counter the Joker because Jokic is crazy. What he can do, I just don't touch nobody around him. Westbrook can't shoot. MPJ isn't consistent enough for me. Aaron Gordon, Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray he usually is a playoff riser. Last year wasn't that good. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been too tapped in with the Nuggets games this year. So I don't know if he's been looking all right this year. I know it was kind of rough in the beginning, but I don't see conference finals with this team. I think there's a couple other teams we're going to get into later that I feel like could really put the push in for the conference finals. That's all I got to say about Denver. Memphis, now, before they fired their coach, Memphis really went on a skid of losing games, but I had Memphis as a dark horse team to get up here. Now, not so much. I don't believe in them no more. I don't know. They just started losing more. It's back to more jaw basketball. Jaw's been playing great, but even though they have been losing games, Memphis is, I don't know. I feel like they could win a playoff series if Ja Morant plays to his highs that we have seen him in the playoffs. If he could play to that high, I think they could win a playoff series and go in the second round. That's probably the cap I'll give them. Same for Denver too. I think Denver will win a playoff series. They're just too good, depending on who they match up with. And going to another team, the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm gonna put the Minnesota Timberwolves up here as well. Anthony Edwards, Julius Randle. Ain't too much to really say. Last year they went to the WCF. I think potentially they could. I wouldn't be too surprised if they went back, but I think there's a couple other teams I'll put over them to go to it. Actually, I think conference final. I changed my mind. Both of them are conference final teams, I feel. And put Minnesota a step down, actually. I'll put Denver. Just in respect for the Joker. I think Jokic can actually get there. San Antonio Spurs. They're not a basketball maker odyssey. Because they're too good for that. I don't want to put them in the playoffs. You just put them right here. I think they're really just getting ready for the drafts. All the guys got hurt, though. Like, Victor's not playing. Well, that's really it. I think Fox is out for the year, too, ain't it? Yeah, so Fox ain't playing. Vic. So it's just really Stephon Castle out there showing he will be rookie of the year. And they're a fun team, though. We're wanting to see who they're going to get in the draft. Because I think they could get like 2 lottery picks, I think. So that's real good. Utah Jazz that's a rough team right there, man. I don't even want Cooper Flag to go there. Just because the Jazz it's the Jazz. I feel like there's nothing ever going on in Utah. They have a weird team. Some of them guys should be traded. Like, why are they still holding on to Jordan Clarkson, Colin Sexton, and Jordan Collins? Weird team. I don't even talk about them no more. LA Clippers. Definitely a play-on team. If Kawhi Leonard is healthy, they're up here with actually, I'm going to put them up there with the big dogs, actually. They could beat Minnesota if Kawhi's actually healthy and playing to the level we all know he can play with James Harden. Don't sleep on the Clippers. You can't sleep on the Clippers, man. I feel like you say this every year about the Clippers. They're such a dark horse team that if Kawhi is healthy, they could go on a run to the conference finals or the NBA finals. But I'm putting them in playoff. They're tough. I think they'll be a tough out for any team who plays them, especially if Kawhi's playing. So, yeah, Phoenix Suns, basketball mediocrity. I think the Suns should actually blow it up. There's no reason to keep Kevin Durant. I already had discussions about trading Kevin Durant in the offseason. They shouldn't keep him. This team is not good. You can't. It's really because of the Bradley Beal contract, and you can't move off of Bradley Beal because I don't think he really wants to go. No teams really want him. No teams really want him. He's making so much money. He has no trade clause, so you can't just dump him off somewhere. He actually has to want to go there. And Bradley Beal's just not a winner, man. There's some players that I feel are not that talented as compared to other stars, but they know how to win and they contribute to winning basketball. Bradley Beal doesn't contribute to winning basketball, in my opinion. I think he's never really. He's never really been a winner. Not to discredit him because I think he's a great basketball player, but it just hasn't been good, man. And the Suns were actually winning games without Bradley Beal. I thought the Suns should have, before Kevin Durant got hurt, I thought the Suns should have just don't play Bradley Beal. Just have him make their money, just tell him he's not playing. That's really what I would have done as the coach. But KD got hurt, so the Suns have been going back down. The Suns would have been in the play-in, I really feel, if it wasn't for Kevin Durant getting hurt. But now they're stuck in basketball mediocrity. So I feel like they should trade Kevin Durant to maybe I know teams like to say Minnesota or Houston. I feel like those are 2 teams. OKC's always going to be brought up because they have so many picks and all that stuff for Kevin Durant. But I think they should trade Kevin Durant. I think they get a good bit from him, especially for some teams that is worth taking. And I think they also should trade Devin Booker. If I'm Devin Booker, I don't want to go through another rebuild. I know you love Phoenix. They drafted you. You wanted to win a championship for them. If I was a Phoenix fan, I actually wouldn't be that mad at them. I'm like, man, just go. Go out there and try your best with a competing team that's going to actually put a good roster around you. That is always going to put rebuild on. Finally, when you get a good team, they just mess it all up with the Bradley Beal trade. Because I still thought it was good with trading Kevin Durant. When it was KD, D-Book, CP, Ayton, even though Ayton doesn't really love basketball. But I thought it was still a solid team. They could make some noise. And they gave Denver some trouble in that playoff series when they had that team. But and Denver went off to win the NBA championship that year. But teams I still like to see D-Book. I think D-Book could possibly be a Houston Rocket. I don't see OKC. Booker and OKC. Nah. I don't know what they'll give up. They had to give up some draft picks and J Dub. But I'm doing that for Book. That could be kind of tough. But yeah, Rockets, New York. You have to get rid of Cat, but Knicks don't have no picks. They're not doing that. Suns need their picks because they have no picks, so it's really hard for them to orchestrate, make an actual good team. So yeah, on Giannis, to go back to Giannis, where I think he could go. I think Houston's always going to get brought up. OKC's always going to get brought up just because of the picks and stuff they have. The Spurs, of course, but Giannis and San Antonio with Vic, that defense would be crazy. I don't know what they'll give up though. Vassell, some picks. I don't know. I'm not doing no mock trades or trying to think where people would go. Trailblazers. Maybe we should trade. Should have added another let's add another row. Oh shoot. All right, there. Add a row below. Bet. Teams on the way. Teams I think are on the way to getting better. I'm putting Portland. Actually, where's Washington? Where is Washington? I thought I already did Washington. Am I tripping? I'm going to put Washington. I feel like I already talked about them. I just delete this last row. Delete. All right, teams on the way. So I'm also going to put Portland and teams on the way. I feel like they're making stride to should I delete the Cooper Flag row? Damn it. But get back in Portland. Portland, they have a young team going. I feel like they still need a guy. A guy could really help them out a lot. Hold on. Cooper. Flag. Where's the question mark? Where's the question mark? Am I tripping? There we go. What was the teams I had in here? Am I tripping? Jazz. I'm putting Spurs and teams on the way real quick. Anybody else? I think we're good. I like what Washington's doing. Actually, I don't even make this the Cooper Flag row no more. Just oh well. I know I keep changing this mid video, but oh well. Just like the Jazz, oh well. But Portland Trail Blazers, I think they're on the right track. I like that young team they got. I think Chauncey's starting to get them boys are really playing. And Portland's been kind of fun. They went on a little winning streak. People was like, well, is Portland going to be in the play-in? They're not going to be in the play-in. But I do think there's a team on the way. Maybe a couple more years. I think they need a real guy to get on the team to really make it like, okay, this is Portland. They're going to be up and coming. But besides that, I don't have too much to say about them. The Kings, I'm putting the Kings in basketball mediocrity. I don't care. I know they're going to be in the play-in. I don't care. Actually, fine. I'll put them in there, actually, because I got Dallas in there. But the Kings, I'm not a fan of this Kings team. Yeah, they're a playing team, and that's all they're ever going to be. They have Malik Monk running the one. It's Sabonis, it's DeMar, Zach LaVine's the Bulls 2.0, basically. I'm not a fan of this Kings team. I really feel like, I know they've been bad for so long, so this is all they really want. Just play in basketball, I guess. A chance in the playoffs. Some big games, I guess. But I'm Sacramento, man. I'm blowing this up, bro. Because this team is not going to do anything. Especially in the West when it's loaded. They can't even compete with. Because I think next year it's really going to get ugly. I feel like they won't be in the play-in next year. Because I feel like San Antonio is going to be better. They're going to take a play-in spot. Portland's going to be better. They could take a play-in spot. Shoot. Depending what Phoenix did. If they decide to keep D-Book, I still feel like they could be in the play-in spot. Even if they do trade Kevin Durant or keep Kevin Durant, I feel like they could be in the play-in spot over Sacramento. Even though they did outdo Sacramento this year, but it's going. New York Knicks. I don't see a conference. Nah, because I feel like they're going to have to play Boston. And I don't think there's no way they beat Boston. So I'm going to put them in playoffs / play-in, kind of. I feel like it's blowing New York, man. If you would ask me beginning to the year, I had him in conference finals. I thought it was really going to be Boston versus New York Knicks in the conference finals. I know they made the moves, getting Mike Hill, trading all them picks, which I didn't really agree with, but they did that. They got Cat, and it's just, I don't know, this team doesn't have any grit. Like, last year's team had some grit to it. This team doesn't really have any grit to it. I know they have OG and Anunoby who's been balling. Jalen Brunson's been out, but I don't know, man. It was a disappointing year for New York. I thought it was going to be the Boston Knicks, ended up being Boston Cavs, but New York took a I don't want to say a step down. It just didn't do as most people thought they was going to do this year. The Pelicans, but I don't think they're in basketball mediocrity. They're a talented team. I'll put them teams on the way. Because this year, they should get a good draft pick. They have a clunky backcourt. I'm not really not really too clunky, but I'm not a fan of some holes on their roster. I do like Zion. Zion's a dog when he plays. They got Herb Jones. They got Trey Murphy. I like both of them. The rookie Messi, I'm probably saying his name wrong, but he's solid for them. I think they have to trade C.J. McCollum. I think C.J. McCollum has to go. I think they need a real guard, but thing is, you have DeJounte. I'll trade DeJounte before you trade CJ, no cap. And try to draft a young rookie guard coming into the draft who could shoot. Cause I feel like if you get a guard that can really shoot and handle the ball really good, and they should have a real good pick this year. In this draft, they should be able to get a good guard to pair up with Zion, Herb, Trey, all them guys. Cause I think they could be really good. I had them being like a play-in playoff team this year, but injuries derailed their whole team. They started off terrible. So, and I do feel like maybe a new coach could help. Just get a new culture up in there. I don't know. I do like their coach though, but I feel like a new culture could help and get them on the right track. Hornets. Oh well. I had the Hornets coming to the season. I had the Hornets being a play-in team. I actually kind of like the Hornets for some odd reason. LaMelo, Brandon Miller. It's just Hornets are like cursed, man. They got the Mark Will drunk all went down. I don't know what the Hornets could do, man. I kind of want Cooper Flag in Charlotte, but like it's not gonna be well. They just have terrible luck. They can't really develop players, so this is gonna be an oh well. I feel bad for Charlotte fans. They've been bad for a very long time. Houston. I feel like Houston could win a playoff series. Their defense is, for them to win though, it's gonna be a nasty. Whoever they play is gonna be a nasty series. But if Jalen Green can play to his absolute highs, which I feel like that's the only way they can win a playoff series, if Jalen Green is playing to his absolute high, they can win a playoff series. And you gotta hope Jalen Green's efficient too. You don't need no inefficient Jalen Green. Because they're just lacking a guy who could really take over the game offensively. I don't think nobody else on the team could really do it. So I think it's really all onto Jalen Green in the playoffs to just be a playoff riser, elevate the team and win a series. That's the most I'm expecting from Houston. Miami, I'm gonna put them in. They're just one of these teams, same as the Kings. He's a nasty team. I don't like it. They need another guard. Tyler Hero's playing out of position. Yeah, they got Spo, so that's always a plus. I'm going Bulls. The Bulls. I don't want to fall too much on the Josh Giddey hype, but Kobe White, they're a little bit more promising than the Kings. I'll give them that though. I don't know too much to say about the Bulls, man. The Nets are going to well. They could also be a Cooper Flag landing spot. I saw something about them being like the number one goal is Giannis. Giannis does not want to go to the Nets. There's nothing in Brooklyn for Giannis. If I'm Giannis, there's nothing in Brooklyn for me to be like, yeah, send me there. OKC, finally, our first finals caliber team. I know they got blown out by the Lakers the other day. I still think they're a finals caliber team. They've been great the whole season. I think they played the Lakers actually again today. I'm going to have to tune in and watch that for sure. Pretty sure they do. But I'm looking forward to, I'm going to watch that game tonight. Hopefully everybody plays. But yeah, I think they're a finals caliber team. I know some people like to get on them because they're young. I still think they're a championship caliber team. It's going to get the other championship caliber team. I think there's only two for real. And that's the Boston Celtics, the defending championships. My favorite team. Been my favorite team for a long time. I I feel like they should win the championship again this year. I'm expecting a good playoff run from Jason Tatum. I feel like he will elevate his play this year and going into the championship and proving a lot of doubters and haters wrong. I don't really want to talk too much about the Celtics and Thunder because, well, my playoff prediction, I'm really going to go in detail about their teams. Golden State Warriors. I see conference finals with this team. I know they lost to Houston the other day, and it was like really, really ugly loss to Houston. Steph only had 3 points, but I don't think that will happen in a playoff series. And they have Jimmy Butler, who I expect Jimmy Butler to elevate his play and be more aggressive. The only thing with Butler, I feel like he hasn't been too aggressive in the Warriors games that I've watched. Like when they played the Lakers, I feel like he wasn't aggressive and taking enough shots. But Jimmy Butler, he's the type of guy who's going to do whatever it takes to win. And I feel like in the playoffs, he's going to know he's going to have to be very more aggressive. Same with the Lakers, also a conference finals caliber team. You got LeBron James, you got Luka. You could easily go on a conference finals run, potentially be an NBA finals team. Actually, I put the Lakers over the Cavs, and I put the Warriors just out of respect for Steph. But you got LeBron, you got Luka. You just got to hope the defense kind of stays. And you got Reeves. Reeves has been balling too lately. Got to show respect to AR-15. But he's been balling lately. The Lakers, I know they don't really have a big. That's really their main thing. See if they give Jackson Hayes meaningful playoff minutes. I do, because I know like to go with Vando at the 5. I don't think Vando can play that long in the playoffs just because the offense is just not there at all. But as long as you got LeBron or Lucas, you could easily go to the conference finals, in my opinion, and go be an NBA finals team, especially with how the way Austin Reeves is playing as a third option. And the Orlando Magic, we're going to put in the playoff / play-in caliber teams just because they got P5, which is really – the teams look ugly this year, especially when injuries have really messed them up because in the start of the year, Paulo was playing out of his mind. We thought Paulo would be first team All-NBA or something. Then he got hurt. But Franz was playing bad. But then P5 got hurt. Franz started playing really good. Then when Franz got hurt. Now Paulo came back and Franz was both playing. Then it was like, ugh. It was like a little ugly mess. And I had high hopes for the Magic going into this year. I really thought they could be a dark horse in the East for an ECF run. But they just lack very shooting. They need to focus on shooting, man. I already got KCP is supposed to be their shooter. They need more than one shooter. KCP hasn't really been that good for them this year, I feel. And they're probably going to get bounced first round. They're probably going to play the Cavs or the Celtics. Even though they do play the Cavs pretty tough. I will give them that. If I'm Orlando, I probably would want to play the Cavs just because you do play them kind of tough. Better than you play Boston, I feel. So that's it for that. That's the end of the video. I feel like this video has been way longer than it was supposed to be. This video is probably supposed to be like 10 to 15 minutes. It's probably like reaching damn near 30. But these are my caliber teams. My finals caliber teams, the Boston Celtics and Oklahoma City Thunder. Conference finals, the Los Angeles Lakers with the Golden State Warriors, with the Cavs, with the Nuggets. Playoff teams, it's kind of mixed in the two right here. But playoff teams, I think, could really do something. Clippers, Timberwolves. I'm going to say win a series. Clippers could win the series. Timberwolves, Houston. Knicks, Memphis, Indiana, Detroit. Now we get towards the weaker teams in the playoff / play-in, like the Bucks, Hawks, Dallas, Orlando. Sacramento's last. I don't care. Like that, Dallas, Miami, Chicago, Sacramento. Teams that I do think are on the way and watch out for next year. Washington, San Antonio, Portland, and New Orleans. Now, Washington, I can see them making the playoff push. San Antonio, playoff. Portland, play-in. Pelicans, playoff, play-in era section. San Antonio could make a big jump, though, I feel. Basketball mediocrity, Philadelphia 76ers, Toronto Raptors, Phoenix Suns, and, oh well, Utah Jazz, Charlotte Hornets, Brooklyn Nets. Cooper Flag will probably go to one of these teams, sadly. Even though Washington would be pretty tough. But that's it for the video. Like, comment, subscribe. Comment down below your finals caliber teams who got going, and have a blessed day.